First, in my prayers, Earth, Gaia, great she-god, primeval prophetess, and eldest diviner. Then after her mother came Earth's she-child, Themis, who handed it on to the Titaness Phoebe, who bestowed it in turn on Apollo as birth gift. Leaving rocks and bog on the island of Delos, Apollo made landfall on Attica's shoreline, where Pallas has harbours bristling with ships' masts, and then pushed on upwards as far as Parnassus, escorted by offspring of Hephaestus, the smith god, who laid roads for Apollo to lead him to Delphi. Those Athenians made the whole wilderness docile. When Apollo arrived, the people in Delphos, Delphos of Delphi, state pilot and steersman, greeted the young god with all welcome and worship. Zeus gave Apollo divine inspiration, made him fourth prophet here, and here he still is. Apollo's the mouth of Zeus, the high he-god. These prophet gods take first place in my prelude. Now on the shrine stool, inspired and prophetic, I hope that my powers are as strong or are stronger. Any Greeks here, come forward, draw lots and enter. I'll give you the answers the god sends in trances. Terrible things to clap mortal eyes on have made me bolt out of the house of Apollo. Sapped of all strength, my feet can't support me. I scrabble on all fours, my legs have gone liquid. A scared old woman crawling, worse than a baby. Entering the innermost shrine with its garlands, I set eyes on a man at the shrine's central stone, an abomination to gods in the suppliant seat. His hands dripped blood, he had his drawn sword out, he held an olive branch tipped with white wool tufts. In front of this person, a strange group of she-hags, sighing and snorting, asleep on the throne stools. Not women really, but more like the Gorgons. I call them Gorgons, but they weren't that exactly. I once saw a picture of Harpiae, graspers, unflaggingly swooping on Phineus' frustration, keeping the blind king in perpetual tension, filched his food off him or left it beshitten, splattered their back bowls over his platters and kept him terror-stricken and starving. These were black, like Harpiae bats. They were wingless. The snorts from their nostrils would keep you a mile off, their eye sockets glued with sickening ooze clots. Their grave garbs all wrong for the statues of godheads, nor would it seem right in the houses of mortals. Don't know what brute clan this brood belongs to, what region would want to boast that it bred them, and didn't wish now that their births had aborted. What happens now depends on the master of Delphi, Loxias Apollo, sign reader, all-powerful, healer. He purifies others' homes, let him cleanse his.
No, I'll never desert you. I'll guard you forever, either close by you or if not at a distance. Towards all your enemies like these pursuers, I'll never show mildness, nor ever mellow. I put them to sleep, these creatures men spit on, blood-battling bat-hag, shriveled, but virgin, crone kinder, no kind caresses, covers or couples. Who'd top these terrors? No god, man, nor brute beast. They're born to brew bale, they're evil forever. Their abode's the bottomless void, black abyss. Abominations, both to man and Olympian he-gods. But still you must run. Don't flag and don't slacken. They'll hound you through the whole length of the landmass, tracking you over the well-beaten foot routes, then across seas, through cities lapped by the ocean. Don't surrender! Don't let your step falter by brooding on all the pain that you'll suffer. When you come to the city of Pallas Athena, sit down in safety embracing her image. There we'll find judges and words of appeasement and means to release you from this burden forever. I moved you. I, to murder your mother.
Lord Apollo, you know about justice none better, and since you know, don't forget how to use it. Apollo's potency goes without question.
Remember that then, don't give way to panic. And Hermes, my brother, kin through one father, and what blood kin exists any closer than that? Watch over Orestes, be Hermes' escorter, shepherd my suppliant, guide him to Athens. Zeus ever respects the rights of the outlawed.
You're supposed to be Furies, and I find you sleeping. When Furies are sleeping, they're no longer Furies. Dishonored, defamed by the dead that I dwell with, I walk underground through a gauntlet of ghost cries, heard calls that brand my phantom with blood guilt. Slaughtered though I was by the hand of my he-child, not one spirit's incensed at the sore fate I've suffered. Look here at my heart with hack marks all over. Remember too all those midnight libations, not wine bowls, but liquor much redder and thicker, poured at the hour, and there's only you stirring, while mortals are sleeping, gods in God's spaces. But you trample and spurn on my spendthrift libations. He's giving you the slip, the quarry you're hunting, like a nimble deer clearing the spread of your net mesh, belling his beast taunts as he bounds off for freedom. My son! It's for my afterlife that I'm pleading! Wake up, she-goats of underneath spaces! The Clytemnestra you're dreaming calls you from sleep! Get in! Get in! Oh, make no cow noises! Your quarry's escaped! He's lucky in his friends, at least they aren't Furies! Get in! Get in! Dreaming of hunting like dogs, but not doing! Baying like bloodhounds that track in their slumbers. Dreaming, not doing. Get up and get going. Sleep only blunts your rage at my blood bond. My blood grudge should boost you back into action. Blood grudge is a goad to upholders of blood. Bite at your breath, billow round him. Its gore-reeking gases shrivel his flesh. With hot blasts from your bowels, fart fire through your flutes till he flops like a flute ride. Hound him and hunt him till he sands like a sleep bag. Pointless pursuit, running till we drop. A little nap. All for nothing. The blood-guilty brute still wide awake. Least out of our trap. Apollo, Apollo, thief of a he-god. We she-gods have the ancientest rights that you, a young he-god, ride over roughshod. Strutting young upstart, we spit on such slights. You pamper this suppliant you hide, and he's a mother-killing son. A god condoning matricide. Who'll see writing what you've done? Grudge gored my gut, like a goad in a racehorse. Felt on my flesh like the flail of a flogger. Sharp, vicious, whistling like pliable ice. They do things like that, the new era he-gods. Get their way only by forcing the feeble.
Look at his throne stool, sticky with blood spill.
His navel stone's only a blood-sodden hat. Puppet Apollo pollutes his own godstone.
Of his own accord gets his stone caked with blood clots.
He's breached all the god wants to bolster up mortals, poaching the preserves of she-fate and life lots. That abomination Apollo's protecting Orestes. Has he crawled into the ground?
Let him.
Wherever he is, the Furies will get him.
He brings his blood guilt. Next in the chains, the blood grudge fulfiller who beats in his brain.
Get out! Get out! Out you go! Out you go! Leave the prophet's earth cleft free of pollution. On a serpent with wings on and venomous fang bane, shot from gold bowstrings will go through your gut bag. You spew up black slaver of gobbled up gore swill. Gore clot your crone's gods. Sucked out of corpses. Not a finger of yours should be found, my own half vein. You belong where heads go splat off the hat block. Eyes get gouged out and lugged from their sockets where blood writes castrations. Boys' bollocks battered. Men spitted on stake spikes screaming for mercy. Your bat snouts go snorting in society's blood troughs. It's the food you get fat on, makes you hated by he-gods. All your appearance says blood food and filth baths. You hags should live in the beast-ancient jungles, dark lairs, all larded with shit and true gristle. Not here, contagious to all you come close to. Get out! Out you go! You goats with no goat herd!
Thank you.
Apollo, now may we reply?
Apollo?
How can you pose as a simple abettor when you and you only bear all the blood guilt?
How? At least explain that charge, but then you must go.
He killed his mother because you said so.
To avenge his dead father as any son should.
You harbored him here with his hands red with blood.
I told him to come here to be purged of blood stains.
And we drove him here to get abuse for our pain.
You're not fit to set foot here, such hags as
We
you.
did only the work that we're destined to do.
And what special mission have you ever had?
The mission of driving matricides mad.
And if it's her manlord a woman has killed,
That wouldn't be Bloodking's blood that's been spilled.
so you'd scorn bond right, the man-woman bed bond. Hera high she-god and Zeus the high he-god, they even swore vows and were coupled in bond right. So you dishonor and cast on the midden, the she-god of love, Aphrodite of Cyprus, she with whose help men form bonds of the closest. That bed bond is sanctified by the she-gods of life lot, and needs no other oath if the guardian's justice. So if one murders her mate in the bed bond, and you slacken your rigid rule against slaughter, then it's unjust, your pursuit of Orestes. One crime you come down on, the other pass over. Athena must judge between blood right and bond right.
He'll never escape.
I'll go on pursuing.
Do by all means, it's your own bale you'll be brewing.
You can't belittle our rights for all your abuse.
I wouldn't take them for nothing, even from Zeus.
Yes, we've heard you're well in with the throne.
But with shed mother blood blazing the trail, I'll keep on pursuing till the end of the hunt.
You do your duties, I'll do my own, which is guarding my suppliant. If I fail, his rage will cause man and gods great affront.
Athena, high she-god. I was sent by Apollo. Look on me kindly, I'm cursed and an outcast. Though still a cursed outcast, there's no need of more cleansing. My blood guilt's been blunted enough by my contact with places and peoples who helped my purgation. All this was decreed by Apollo at Delphi. I've crossed land and sea to your house and your statue. Until the issue's decided, I stay beside you.
He's left a clear track behind him.
We don't need his cries, but only these blood clues. Like hounds tracking down a deer that's been bleeding. We bound between blood drips till our quarry's cornered.
This man hunts a killer. I pant with exhaustion.
We comb the whole land, the coastline, the ocean. Swift flotilla of furies.
Wingless sea eagles.
My nostrils say here, he's cornered and cowering. The glad smell of gore smiles, it's warm. Welcome.
Seek, seek, scour the ground, the mother killer's got to be found. Seek, seek, scour the ground, the mother killer's got to be found.
Snip at the trail.
The blood's still wet.
Don't let him flee.
From paying his debt. He's there, and once again, look,
Begging protection.
This time his arms are wound round a she-god.
he won't pay his blood dues.
He wants to stand trial.
What rubbish trials are when the blood sheds a mother's?
A mother's blood has run away. Into the earth it goes to stay. The blood that trickles on the ground. No balls of thread to be rewound.
Trial? This is the trial your trackers intend.
Burst up with libations from limbs while they're living.
Browse on your blood all over your body.
Roach you all bloodless.
All your husk off below. A morsel of torment for your own mother's murder. Down there you'll see all those who've offended a god or a guest.
Or the parents who got them.
Get the blood doom their deeds have duly deserved. Hades, death god, holds a size for the night's knees, then he dies. Death god Hades won't forget the deed of blood and the blood debt.
I've been for them all. The thorns of purgation. Right which use speech. Right which use silence. Here my wise mentor says words are in order. The blood on my hands has already grown drowsy. It lowers its eyelids. The stains have stopped staring. It was washed off with pig's blood by Phoebus Apollo. My host came to no harm by giving me housing, so the mouth unpolluted that pleads with Athena, god, queen of the country, to come to my rescue. She won't need her spear to make long-lasting allies of me and my country and the people of Argos. Whether she's now in the Libyan deserts, or by Lake Tritonis, her Libyan birthplace, seated and skirted to receive men's obeisance, or booted for battle as brave as a he-god, siding with her friends on the Phlegrean flatlands. As a she-god, she'll hear me over great spaces. Come, Athena, come now to my rescue!
The power of Apollo, nor the power of Athena can save you from perishing spurned and abandoned.
Even forgetting that joy had a meaning.
Roached of blood,
Banqueted on.
flesh, pod,
Shadow.
a shriveled up fruit rind squeezed dry of its juices.
Want answer?
Spits what we say,
Back in our faces.
our little sacrifice, all ready for slicing.
No need of godstones.
We'll eat you still living.
It'll swaddle you helpless.
Our lullaby.
Listen.
Cheer, show our force, join hands. Dance the Dudat steps.
Display
Through our grim music,
That our bands,
a power over
men that gets its way.
our missions, blood right.
We are not sent.
Ever to harm the innocent. Show us your hands. If they're not red,
You sleep soundly.
in your bed.
show us your hands.
Left, right. You live unhunted. If they're white,
Show us your hands. There's one we know.
Whose hands are red?
like him. Whose hands are red? We are
The blood grudge of
the dead. Our band of witnesses pursues the Blood King Killer for blood dues. Night, mother, night, who bore us to uphold blood rights. Night, mother, night, who bore us to uphold blood rights. Leads us each and takes away the rights you gave us to our prey. This cringing beast, this cowering whelp, evades us with an eagle's help. Apollo's foiled us of the hide of our allotted matricide. Victim, listen, our song.
Here is Miles lullaby.
Music maddening men's mind.
Victim, listen, our song.
It runs
Man's brain,
and flies.
man's duty backs to rhyme. The she-god of life God gave us these powers. Ours. Forever ours. Does you feel like in my house? Until I got them underground. Even then, they don't go free. I torment them endlessly. Listen, our song. Here is my last lullaby.
Music maddening men's mind.
Listen, our song.
It rhymes
And rain,
and flies.
and fruity back to rhyme. When we came into being, they were marked out to confines. We and the Olympians have no internet contacts. Through somebody to either, but not close together. We don't wear white robes. We don't wear black ones.
Family strife, domestic pets.
Pause in the wild.
I won't forget.
When Bloodkin kills Bloodkin, that's when the Furies invade.
Into the household,
Team sent you hound, blasting the building back
into the ground.
after the victim hot on his trail, and the Furies never fail. He rides running.
Oh, let him fly. I'm not just trying to never dry.
He rides running.
Fresh wet claw,
Beat the Furies of his fall. We'll snatch back our prey from the she-god protection. There should be no question of some gods interfering.
Almightying issues by setting up sessions.
Shoot thy he-god finds murderers hateful.
He bars that blood-dripping breed from his precincts. Family strife, domestic pets.
Home in the wild.
I won't forget when Bloodkin killed Bloodkin.
That's when the Furies invade.
Into the household, he taken hound, blasting the building back into the ground. After the victim,
On his trail, and the Furies
but never
fail. He drives running.
oh, let him try. Let him try, never try.
He drives running.
Fresh wet claw,
Eats the Furies on his fall. The pomp and proud carriage a man is puffed up with a bump.
all this for nothing when he's cut off.
Below,
He sees the dark black, red with panting.
here's the beat pounding, the pulse of the blood rush. Down, down,
Die. Moving height.
I fall on him with all my weight. Down, down,
I dive. I let him drift. Cracks the Blood King Killer's head.
down, down. Down he goes. Is it any blood? Slipping in his bloodkin's blood. Down he falls, and falling knows nothing. Nothing. A smother of madness rounds out the victim. The groans of false murders, pick up the blood-sport black billows all round, and blacks out his household. Down, down, down it dies. Some of it height, and fall him with all my weight. Down, down, down it dies. I let him tread. Cracks the bloody killer's head. Down, down, down he goes. Is it his blood? Sitting in his bloodkin's blood. That's how it is. And that's how it's saying. We've got all the skills. We get things accomplished. We memorize murder. We're never forgetful. We carry my mortals. We stick on their feet. We relish our office, though spurned by the he-gods. We're despised, we're rejected. The light we work by is nothing like sunshine.
Dark and clear-sided, our tracks are a peril to blind and sighted.
So show us the man who can stop himself shaking when he hears me lay claim to my rights and my titles, ratified by fate, and never, never rescinded.
My honors are ancient and in no way diminished, though I work underground.
In the earth where it's sunless.
I heard far away someone crying Athena. I was on the bank of the Trojans' commander, taking possession of my portion of spear spoil, land won by the Achaeans and awarded to me, and offered by me to the children of Theseus. And summoned I sped here, the scales of my aegis whipped by the winds as my feet raced me onwards. I see a strange breeze here into my country. This breeze doesn't scare me, but causes me wonder. Who are you? You and you, all here assembled. The stranger prostrated before my own image, and you, like nothing engendered by means that are normal. Neither like the she-gods that consort with the he-gods, nor like the humans in shape and appearance. But since we've been made to share the same earth space, it's wrong to abuse you as monstrous and shapeless. She-clad suits will tell you all briefly. We are the children of night, and we're ageless. Below ground where we live, we're known as the Grudges. So now I know your mother, and what to call you, and soon you'll know also the work that we do. I will, provided it's clear what you say. Chin killers, we hunt them, they are our prey. Where do you land him when you've netted your fish? Where all words for joy sound like gibberish. His deed's the reason that you're in full cry. He murdered his mother in cold blood, that's why. He goaded or forced to, against his own will. Forced! It was his mother this man dared to kill. There are two parties present. I must hear them both. He won't let us swear ours or swear his own oath. It's not justice you want, but the mere outward show. How? You're the she-god of wisdom. See why that is so. Sworn oath will unfairly favor your cause. You question him then. The decision is yours. The decision is mine. You give me your trust. Knowing your father, it seems that we must. Stranger, now it's your turn to speak and make answer. Tell me your country, your bloodkin, what's happened. Then make reply to the charges they've leveled. Leaving your case for to hear to my godstone, clasping my image like the suppliant Zion, First man to kill, first cleansed of his killing. Answer my questions and answer them clearly.
Chief Athena, let me remove the misgivings implied in the last words you addressed me. Unlike Ixion, I need no blood absolution. My undefiled hands cause no smirch to your image. And this is the proof I can give of my cleansing. The law is that one who's been guilty of bloodshed is debarred from all speech until sprinkled with pig's blood by one who's empowered to perform the purgation. Long since and elsewhere I was purged in that manner by sucklings with throats slit, streams with their currents. So, dismiss your alarm at likely pollution. As for my bloodkin, that's also told quickly. I'm Argive, and when you ask me who is my father, I'm proud to reply that he was Agamemnon, commander of all Achaea's great ship force, with whose help you crushed Troy into nothing. One of those clan chiefs who won you your spear spoil. After Troy, he returned to a death most unworthy. My black-hearted mother, she killed my father. She swallowed him first in a devious dragnet. Its red eyes still stare at the blood in the backdrop. Coming home after exile, I killed my mother. I killed her because she killed my dear father. In all this, Apollo was my god accomplice. Apollo jabbed sharp spurs into my spirit and promised great pains if their guilt went unpunished. Just or unjust, you must give judgment. Whatever your verdict, I'll take it as binding.
Hard matter this to judge for a mortal. And even for me it's too hard to pass judgment when retribution runs so close behind blood guilt. It's made all the harder since you've come to my godstone a suppliant cleansed by all rites and procedures. Still bloodstained, I'd have you barred from my city. But these two have a cause which must be considered. They have certain duties it's pointless dismissing. And if the verdict frustrates them of victory, they'll disgorge their grudge venom into the ground and blight all the land with eternal diseases. I let them stay or I drive them away, and either solution means hardship for Athens. That's the dilemma. My desperate decision. I'll swear in a tribunal to be judges of murder. A tribunal for this case, and all such forever. Gather your witnesses, gather your evidence, your sworn support in the cause of true justice. I'll pick and bring back the best men of Athens to judge the facts fairly, without any falsehood.
Destroyed by this new dispensation. If the wrong cause of this killer's allowed to succeed.
One murderer's freedom gives license to all.
Makes murder the norm, not merely the nightmare that gnaws at the sleep time of mothers and fathers.
They'll be wide awake now when the wounds get inflicted.
We Furies were once mankind's secret watchdogs, inflicting transgressors with vehement madness.
Our anger and grudge should be put out to grass now, and all forms of death at the wrong of the world.
When he sees trouble looming over his neighbour, a man starts to wonder when his own turn will come
And asks someone else how to stop the contagion, and he offers filters for safety. All futile.
And don't let someone smitten cry out the old cry on blood right or blood grudge or us the death furies.
Some father, some mother, their pain new upon them might weep and might wail, with such piteous appeals.
Blood right, like Troy, it's all rubble and ashes.
Fear's a good gate man to stand guard of the passions.
Those men and those cities where fear has no franchise will never show justice the slightest respect.
A life without rules.
A life of repression.
Anarchy.
Tyranny.
You must respect neither.
Somewhere between where the god plants his banner, out of two forces he makes a new fusion.
Going beyond bounds. Overstepping the limits. That comes about where the gods get degraded.
The mind that is balanced and keeps within confines gets the happiness men struggle and pray for. Above all, respect the godson of blood rights. Don't besmirch or befoul it with India's fruit souls, just because loot moves in front of your golden dust.
Blemishing blood rights makes catastrophe so. Honor mother and father and welcome guest strangers.
And the man who does right without fierce compulsion, he's the one who won't find his life not unlucky, or himself and his bloodkin blasted entirely.
But the man who storms all and does what he wants to, and caring for no one, heaps up his wealth spoil,
And believes his snatched grapes are sure to save by
will be forced to strike tail when the storm waves start spinning. His brow and his sparkle blown to splinters.
He shouts as he feels himself touched by the tyrant.
He shouts to deaf ears, sobs, laughter, mocks. How can you proceed that this couldn't happen? Tell us, a gas as he hurled at the headland. Thieves and rights reap the wreck of his life was, and is lost and unwept for.
Wiped out, forgotten.
Blow a blast of bronze to silence the people. Let the shrill battle horn the Etruscans invented change mortal breath into blares from its metal. This is a court now, and crowded with people. We must have strict silence and closest attention, so the laws I lay down can be learnt by the city, and these hear their case decided on merit. Now hear the laws I lay down, my Athenian people. Go together to try the first case of bloodshed. For the children of Aegeus, father of Theseus, this council of judges will sit here forever, on this hill of Ares, the Amazons' campsite, when they came to make war through their grudge against Theseus. They erected great turrets to overlook Athens, and sacrificed cattle to Ares, the war god. Hence the name Areopagus, rock hill of Ares. The people's reverence and the fear that they're born with will restrain them day and night from acts of injustice, as long as they don't foul their own laws with defilements. No one should piss in the well they draw drink from. Anarchy, tyranny, let both be avoided. Nor banish fear from your city entirely. A man without fear abides by no laws. If you justly cherish this new institution, you'll have a bulwark known to no other humans from Scythia down to the Peloponnesus. This established tribunal will be totally bribe-proof. The watchdog stays wakeful to let you sleep soundly. This long address I intend for you and the future. Lord Apollo, you are out of your precincts. Explain your presence here at this meeting.
I come as a witness. The man they're accusing came as a suppliant, and I gave him shelter. I also purged him of the blood he had shed. I'm his advocate too, as well as a witness. I share the blame for the death of his mother. Begin the proceedings that you preside over, and make use of your wisdom to help us to judgment.
The trial is now open. First, prosecution. Speak and put before us complete information.
We may be many, but on this we united.
Answer the question each one of us asks you. your mother? Say yes or no.
Yes, I can't deny it was so.
First of all, you asked we win with two more.
Don't crow too soon, I'm not on the floor.
Now, how did you kill her? Tell me straight now.
I drew my sword and gashed open her throat.
Who was it drove you to dare such an act?
Apollo, and Apollo will witness that fact. You can go over to Apollo's behest. I did, and still think it done for the best.
And how did you think so once in by your doom?
I have faith in my father's help from the tomb.
Your mother's among them, so don't trust again.
My mother, she had two guilts on her head.
Explain to the judges how you make two.
Her husband, my father. That's two men she slew.
She paid for her death, you still have to pay.
When she was alive, did you make her your prey?
He wasn't her blood in the man that she killed.
And you say that it's Bloodkin's blood that I've spilled?
How could it not be? How else would the mother you murdered have fed you inside her body?
Dare you disown the blood bond that's closest? Now, be my witness. Explain to the judges whether I killed my mother with justice. That I did the deed, there's no point denying. But done rightly or wrongly, Apollo decide and help me to state my case with the judges.
To you, the high tribunal sworn in by Athena, I, Apollo the prophet who comes under falsehood, say that Orestes here acted with justice. Whenever I speak to man, woman, or city, from the oracle shrine throne I sit on at Delphi, it's always as mouthpiece of Zeus, the high he-god. So if I plead for justice, I speak for the Father, Zeus, the high he-god, whose will you must bend to. No oath has more power than the oath of the Father.
So Zeus, you say, was behind your instruction that Orestes avenge the death of his father.
Does Zeus disregard the rights of his mother?
It's not the same thing, the death of a man, though. A man also honored with Zeus given chief stay. A man, moreover, killed by a woman, and not by war weapons and Amazon's arrows, but in a manner you'll hear, you, Pallas Athena, and you sitting here to vote on this issue. The man came home after 10 years campaigning, and a fair judge would say that he gained himself glory. Came home from the wars to a womanly welcome. And as he was stepping up out of his bathrobe, she fixed her dark doom tent over his body. She hacked on her husband while he was helpless, fastened and feeble in the maze of its meshes. A fine death for a man. Clancy, commander. I show you the woman just as she was, to goad you to just grudge when weighing this issue.
So Zeus thinks the father's death more important.
Yes, Zeus was the one bound Kronos, his father.
Doesn't that act show a slight contradiction? Consider this fact when reaching your verdict.
Animals! Beast hats seen by he-gods. Chains, fetters, locks can all be unloosened. There are many means to burst bonds and shackles, but once a man's dead, and earth slapped his blood up, the blood went away and never returns. Though Zeus can reverse all other conditions, he's never come up with a charm against I.
So then, supposing this man is acquitted,
Will the man who has shed the blood of his mother live in the house of his father at Argos?
who will want his hand griming the gods' stone? What clan will want him at their ritual cleansing?
I'll answer that, and this answer decisive. The mother of what's called her offsprings, no parents, but only the nurse of the seed that's implanted. The mounter, the male's the only true parent. She harbors the blood shoot unless some god blasts it. The womb of the woman's a convenient transit. I got proof here at hand to back up my statement that the male can father with no help from the female. Here is the she-child of Zeus, the high he-god, who was nurtured in no womb's watery shadows. Such an offspring
no she-god could bear on her own. And I, Pallas, would warn that Apollo was able to make them both great, your city, your people. I sent him a suppliant here to your godstone, so that you'd have him as a true friend forever, a spear friend and ally, his people, your people, loyally bound in a bond that is lasting.
So, as both sides have spoken, I order the judges to come to the justest decision. All the sharks in our quiver, they're all of them shot. We need only your votes to make our word law.
You've heard what you've heard, let each cast his lot. Remember the God bond each of you swore.
Beware that in no way you dishonor our band. If we're dishonored, we'll poison your grass.
Hear the oracles, that's my command. My oracles, few days, they must come to pass.
Your oracles will never be free of the blood. From dabbling in blood deeds more than you should.
Do you think you, the father, was wrong or was not? To purge his science was meant to shed blood.
Word! But if I don't get the blood right that's due, I'll come down on this country with all of my force.
What young mother own God cares about you? The case will be mine as a matter of course.
You cheated old she-gods, the fates once before, when you saved our meeters from the funeral pyre.
We have to help suppliants, and all the more when he comes at a time when his need is most dire.
You befuddled the ancient she-gods with wine. You made the old dispensation mere jest.
And that's all you'll be when the victory's mine. You can spew all your venom, we won't be impressed.
If you he-gods trample the she-gods of old, when I hear the verdict, then I decide whether or not this country gets blasted. It's my duty to come to a final pronouncement. I add my own vote to those for Orestes. I myself was given birth by no mother. I put the male first, although I'm unmarried, and I am the wholehearted child of my father, so I can't count the death of a woman of greater importance than that of her man-lord. If your votes turn out equal, Orestes still wins. Now turn your hands over and reckon the ballots. Those are the judges assigned to this duty. Oh, Phoebus Apollo, what will it be? Oh, night, our dark mother, are you here to see? Now for the end, a noose or new day. Either honor or ruin if he gets away. Count the pebbles you've taken out of the boat box. Make sure there are no mistakes in your tally. The slightest error could lead to disaster. One vote could renew the strength of a blood clan. Man stands acquitted of the charges of murder. The votes on each side turn out to be equal. Pallas Athena, you give my clan back its lifeblood. You've given me back the fatherland, Bardo. Once more, Greece can say Orestes of Argos, restored to his blood right by Pallas Athena, by Apollo, and by Zeus, the preserver. Zeus saw my father's death in all its true grimness. Zeus saw clearly that I needed preserving from these terrible grudges who championed my mother. Before I go to my country, I give you this God bond. This land and its people, now and forever. No clan chief of Argos will ever attack you, or I'll come as a ghost if they've broken my God bond, and mar all their marches, make journeys joyless until they repent their rash expeditions. But so long as they honor this city of Palace, stay loyal in peace and in war keep their spear bond, then I'll come as a ghost, more gracious and kindly. Farewell, Athena, and people of Athens. Get a good headlock on whoever you wrestle. Come from all bouts with the victory laurels. You are the bastard. You've written down the ancient laws, snatched my honors out of my hands. I rank as well, my heart will ooze up. Right, send them out over the land until it's waste. Right. The earth will scorch, the people starving. People, let my wrongs do up. Daughters of night, degraded and crushed. Listen to reason, don't take things so badly. You're not defeated, the votes came out equal. There was no dishonor to you in the verdict. Luminous proof came from Zeus, the high he-god. And he who had spoken the oracle witnessed that Orestes should not be condemned for his action. So why do you ravish the land with your rancor? Don't let your rage scorch all our fields cropless. Your dew falls of acid shrivel the seed pods. And I will make you the solemnest promise that you shall be given a cavern for refuge, with glittering throne stools next to your godstones, held in great honor by all here assembled. You've written down the ancient laws, snatched my honors out of my hands. My ranks is now, my heart will lose you. Black bread out of the land. I'm feeling weak. Lie, the earth will stop, the sea will starve. This was not my wrongs to us. Daughters of night, degraded and crushed. You're not dishonored, so don't use your godhead to blast this country of mortals with earth blight that would abuse your position as she-gods. I had access to Zeus, and what's more, had access, alone of all gods, to Zeus's munitions, the mighty high he-gods' missiles of thunder. This is the case for desperate deterrence. I'd rather you yielded to gentler persuasions. Take back your threats. Don't spit spiteful poisons over the fruit crops so that harvest don't happen. Lull the black swell of your billowing blood drops and have half of my honors here, half of my worship. The land's a broad land. It has people in plenty. As the Furies, you'll be favored with sacrificed first fruits, propitiations preceding childbirth or bed bonds. You'll only have praise then for my persuasions. The ancient conscience, the ancient conscience, my nostrils snort with rage, my terrible anguish was under my ribs. I cry, you he-gods left out in the ring, have robbed me of honor, make it be. Allow you your anger since you are older. Your years in the world have given you wisdom, and though yours may be greater, Zeus gave me insights. If you leave this land for an alien blood cleanse, I tell you that you will learn to love this one. Time in its passage will honor my people, and you, enthroned by the shrine of Erechtheus, will get more in the way of rites and processions for my men and women than from the rest of mankind. From this land, my land, goad no one to bloodshed, or let them stop their grunt on your whetstones. Our youth up in arms and drunk with aggression, rushing like phantoms in the strife between bloodkin. Let them battle abroad if they need to gain glory. I want no cocks fighting in my country's farmyard. Birds of a feather I forbid to do battle. Such, if you'll have them, are the honors I offer. For the good you do, good returns, and good God gifts, a share in this country the gods above cherish. The ancient conscience, on the ground and contempt is over the sky. My nostrils swollen with rage and I say out language was under my ribs. It's a my cry. Do you heed not with their clouds in the ring? Our property of fire. Nothing. I'm making you offers which I'll go on repeating, so that you'll never have any grounds for complaining that you, an old she-god, were spurned and dishonored by me, a young she-god, nor cast out by my people. But if you have any respect for persuasion, and feel its soothing charm as I'm speaking, and the linkness of language can placate you and lull you, you'll decide to remain. But if you don't want to, it wouldn't be right to bring down on this city your grudge or your anger, or harm to the people, when you've been offered a share in the land here with a full portion of honor now and forever.
What kind of shrine did you say I'd possess?
One free from suffering. Will you say yes?
And if I say yes, what powers will I wield?
You'll make them flourish, flock, family and field.
Would you entrust such powers to me?
Yes. And prosper the fortunes of each devotee.
These powers will you pledge to endure?
I'd make no offers if I weren't sure.
You're beginning to charm me. My anger subsides.
Live in this land and win more friends besides.
What charm would you like me to chant?
Nothing where darkness is dominant. Bring blessings from earth, sea billows and sky. Let the wind warm the land, the sun builds sou'westers. Let farm, fields and flocks always be fruitful, and never fail folk who will farm them in future. And as the land prospers, so will the people, especially those who give gifts to your godstones. Like a green-fingered gardener tending his garden, I let the good grow and nip the bad as it's budding. I see that the good plants get well enough watered, protect their green lifeblood from all blight and crop rot. Your path to prosper my people in peacetime. Mine, when the time comes for war cries and weapons, is to make certain my city's triumphant. I'll share in the homeland of Pallas Athena, and not degrade a city that all-powerful Zeus and Ares, the war god, guardians of godstones, Greece's great glory. I pray the golden sun make the earth first open, the ground gush with good life gifts, harvest after harvest. I act on behalf of a people I cherish, and install among them these implacable spirits, whose province has been and is to manage mankind. A man feels an onslaught of not where it comes from, crime from the past getting hauled up before them, and though he bursts his lungs with loud shouting, their silent grunts grinds him down into nothing.
No searing wind, strip bare waters, no scorching heat burn the new buds dry.
She-God, fill all the sheep rolls, double their increase at lambing. Lay bare the silver under your surface, be fertile in gold, ore that flattens men. Listen to what the Furies are pledging, the Furies are forceful with the high gods, and with the powers beneath the earth's crust. Anyone can see how they work among mortals. One man's life as bright as a ballad, another's life is one blinded with tears.
I ban the death that descends too early and punch down a man who's barely reached manhood.
Grant good bedfellows to girls that are graceful. You she-gods of life-lot, sisters and chieftain, both be the offspring of one mother. Knights, you are present in every household, and the families three stripes for death and delivery, and the birth and the death and the bedfellows. You are the most rightfully honored of she-gods. She-gods, of all gods, willing such good things. How grateful I am that persuasion was guiding my tongue and my lips when they were resistant. The youth of debates and assemblies presided, turning a battle to debate about blessings. The rivalry now only vying to bless best. They factions in nation, forever flesh-hungry, civil disturbance, cycle to strain, never brave this city. Its dust, never gone, the blood of its people, the stake and ripped open by the ages of bloodbath, and chain link of murder. Never linking beloved bonds, common lives, common hatreds, a group bond against the troubles men suffer. Listen, they're learning to bless, rooting for goodness. I can see great future good in these fearful faces. If you show them the kindness they show you, your city set fair on the straight road of justice.
Farewell.
Farewell. Grow wealthy. Grow great.
Farewell.
Citizens, so close to suits. Favorites of his favorite she-god. Only give praise to your new guest strangers, and you'll never lack any luck in your life. I endorse all you pray for on behalf of my city. And now, by the light of the blazing torch beacon, I'll escort you to your underground chamber, along with those who pen to my godstone, the flowers of Athens, once land of Theseus, the women of Athens, girls, mothers, old women. Come as a glorious group in procession. Great our honored guest strangers, in robes of deep sea red, and lead them with torchlight held up before you, so that these furies, who turned out so kindly, will reside and show love and bless Athens forever.
Stand and be silent by the kind one's pass. Stand and be silent while the kind one
Go to your home, children of night, honored with music and torchlight.
stand and be silent while the kind ones pass.
Go to your home, underground and primeval, honored by sacrifice and libation.
Stand and be silent while the kind ones pass. Brave powers, gracious and kindly, attended by torches, go to your home. Now echo our chorus, raise your own cry.
Peace between the kind ones and Athens.
Zeus, fate, by he-god and she-god
Together, help all this to happen.
now echo our chorus, raise your own cry.